The conference room buzzed with tension. Delegates from various Earth nations filled the space, their hushed conversations a symphony of nervous energy. Jack Harris stood at the head of the table, his voice calm and measured as he outlined the final terms of the peace treaty. Years of conflict had led to this moment of fragile hope. "Mr. Harris," interrupted one of the Russian delegates, his tone edged with skepticism, "how can we be sure that this agreement will be honored?" Jack met his gaze steadily. "Trust is built over time, Mr. Petro. This treaty is the first step. Mutual inspections and open communication channels will ensure transparency." A murmur of agreement spread through the room. Jack saw nods, reluctant but real. They were buying it. He exhaled, feeling the weight of responsibility lift slightly. This was his arena, his battlefield. But as the final signatures were penned, a familiar ache gnawed at him. The ghost of his past, the loss of his wife and child to a senseless war, never letting him forget why he fought so hard for peace. The moment the treaty was signed, Jack's communicator buzzed. He glanced at the message. Urgent new assignment, immediate briefing. Excusing himself, he headed to the communication room, a mix of curiosity and dread churning in his gut. Admiral Carson's face appeared on the holoscreen, his expression grave. "Jack, congratulations on the treaty," he began, his tone devoid of the usual warmth. "We have a new mission for you." Jack raised an eyebrow. "Already? Can't someone else handle it?" "Not this one. You're to meet the first alien ambassador, Lily, on the neutral space station Vidian Prime. We need your expertise." Jack's heart skipped a beat. First contact with an alien race. This was unprecedented. "Understood, Admiral. I'll prepare immediately." Arrival at Vidian Prime. The shuttle ride to Vidian Prime was uneventful, giving Jack too much time to think. As the station came into view, his apprehension grew. A sprawling metropolis in space, Vidian Prime was a marvel of engineering, a testament to what humanity could achieve when united. Docking procedures were swift. Jack stepped onto the platform, the bustling activity around him a stark contrast to the sterile environments he was used to. Aliens of various species moved about, their forms and features a kaleidoscope of diversity. His excitement and apprehension grew in tandem. Navigating through the station, Jack couldn't help but marvel at the advanced technology. Holo-displays provided information in multiple languages, drones zipped by carrying supplies, and the air hummed with an energy that felt almost tangible. As he reached the central atrium, a hush fell over the crowd. He turned and saw her, Lily. She stood out amidst the throng, her presence almost ethereal. Her skin shimmered with a faint luminescence, and her eyes, a deep shade of violet, seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. Jack's breath caught in his throat. She moved with a grace that seemed otherworldly, every step deliberate and fluid. He was rooted to the spot, mesmerized. She approached, and the room seemed to hold its breath. "Ambassador Harris," she greeted, her voice melodic yet firm. "I am Lily." Jack extended his hand, and as their palms met, a jolt of energy shot through him. It wasn't painful, but was unlike anything he had ever felt. Her eyes widened in shock, mirroring his own confusion. The ceremony had begun smoothly enough. Dignitaries and scientists from both worlds observed with a mixture of anticipation and skepticism. Lily and Jack stood before a grand audience, their handshake meant to symbolize the beginning of a new era. But as their hands clasped, a strange sensation enveloped Jack. It was as if their very beings were resonating on a frequency beyond comprehension. The air around them seemed to vibrate, and a sudden light surrounded Lily. Jack pulled his hand back, but it was too late. Lily doubled over, a cry of shock escaping her lips. Scientists rushed forward, their faces masks of disbelief. Jack reached out to steady her, his own heart racing. "What's happening?" he demanded, his voice edged with panic. Lily looked up, her eyes now glowing with an intensity that was almost painful to behold. I think I'm pregnant." The room erupted into chaos. The ceremony was abruptly halted, and they were ushered into a secure area. Jack's mind raced, trying to process what had just occurred. How could a simple handshake lead to this? The next hours were a blur of medical examinations and genetic analyses. A joint team of human and alien scientists worked tirelessly, their faces etched with both awe and concern. Lily and Jack were kept in close proximity, their every move monitored in the sterile confines of the medical bay. Jack watched as Lily was scanned and prodded by an array of advanced equipment. Her expression was one of stoic endurance, but he could see the fear lurking beneath the surface. Dr. Shaw, one of Earth's leading geneticists, approached Jack, his face pale. "Jack, we've never seen anything like this. Your DNA and Lily's are uniquely compatible. The quantum resonance, it's unprecedented." Jack rubbed his temples, the weight of the situation pressing down on him. "What does this mean for us? For her?" Dr. Shaw sighed. "It means that her pregnancy is not only viable, but potentially revolutionary. This could change everything we know about genetics and reproduction." Jack glanced at Lily, who was speaking quietly with one of her own scientists. Her eyes met his, and in that moment, he felt a connection that defied logic. This wasn't just about science or politics anymore. It was deeply personal. A growing bond. The sterile corridors of Vidian Prime gave way to the lush greenery of the botanical garden. Lily's eyes widened in awe as she took in the vibrant array of earth plants, a stark contrast to the cold metallic surroundings of the space station. "This is incredible," Lily said, her voice filled with wonder. She reached out to touch a fern, her fingers brushing its delicate fronds. Jack watched her with a mixture of fascination and relief. For the first time since the chaos of their first meeting, he felt a semblance of peace. "These plants are from Earth. They remind me of home." Lily turned to him, her violet eyes sparkling. "Tell me about it. Your home, I mean." Jack hesitated, the memories bittersweet. "I grew up in a small town, lots of green spaces, kind of like this. My parents were scientists, always encouraging me to explore." She smiled, a gentle, almost wistful expression. "It sounds wonderful. My world is very different. We value knowledge above all, but there's not much room for nature." They continued their walk, the conversation flowing naturally. Jack found himself opening up, sharing stories from his childhood. Lily listened intently, her curiosity genuine and unforced. In return, she told him about her world, its beauty, its challenges, and the isolation she felt as an outsider. As they reached a clearing, Jack felt an unexpected connection forming between them. It was more than just the strange circumstances of their meeting. It was a shared understanding, a bond that went beyond words. Later that evening, Jack arranged for a private dinner. The station's culinary team prepared a selection of Earth dishes, and he hoped the familiar flavors would bring them closer. Lily's eyes lit up as she tasted the food. "This is amazing," she exclaimed, her reaction almost euphoric. "The flavors are so complex." Jack watched her with a mixture of amusement and affection. "I'm glad you like it. Food is a big part of human culture." She leaned forward, her expression serious. "There's so much I want to learn about your world. About you." The intimacy of the setting, combined with the warmth of her gaze, made it easy to open up. They talked about their fears and aspirations, their dreams and regrets. Jack told her about his family, about the war that took them from him. Her empathy was palpable, and for the first time in years, he felt understood. As the evening progressed, their conversation grew more personal. They shared moments of vulnerability, revealing parts of themselves they had kept hidden. By the end of the night, their emotional bond was stronger than ever, uniting in adversity. The next day, Jack suggested a visit to the station's virtual museum. It housed a comprehensive archive of human and alien histories, a testament to their shared quest for knowledge. As they walked through the holographic exhibits, they discovered striking similarities between their cultures. Both species valued knowledge, resilience, and the pursuit of a better future. Despite their differences, they had much in common. One exhibit in particular caught their attention. It depicted a historical event from Lily's world, a moment of great unity and strength. As she explained its significance, Jack realized how deeply it resonated with her. "This is why I became an ambassador," Lily said, her voice filled with emotion. "To create moments like this, to bring our worlds closer together." Jack nodded, feeling a profound respect for her dedication. "We're not so different, you and I. We both want the same thing, a future where our species can coexist in peace." By the end of their visit, it was clear that their connection was more than physical. It was rooted in a deep understanding of each other's worlds and a shared vision for the future. Their growing bond did not go unnoticed. Conservative factions from both species began to voice their opposition, spreading propaganda that depicted their union as a threat to genetic purity. The backlash was swift and harsh. News outlets sensationalized their relationship, framing it as a scandal. Public opinion was divided, and tensions rose. One evening, as they watched the news broadcast, Lily turned to Jack, her expression troubled. "They don't understand. They see us as a threat." Jack took her hand, feeling the surge of protectiveness. "We can't let them dictate our lives. We know what we have is real." Despite the external pressures, their resolve strengthened. They faced the backlash together, determined to prove that their bond was a symbol of unity, not division. In a moment of overwhelming emotion and physical attraction, everything came to a head. They had just returned from a particularly intense meeting with the station council, where their relationship had been scrutinized and questioned. Back in Jack's quarters, the air was thick with unspoken tension. Lily stood by the window, looking out at the stars. "Sometimes I wonder if this is worth it," she said softly. Jack moved closer, his heart aching at her words. "It is. We're worth it." She turned to him, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Jack, I..." Before she could finish, Jack closed the distance between them, his lips capturing hers in a desperate, passionate kiss. The world fell away, and for a moment, it was just them. Their hands roamed, exploring and claiming. Her touch was electric, sending shivers down his spine. They stumbled toward the bed, their breaths mingling, their bodies craving more. As their clothes fell away, Jack marveled at the beauty of her form, the way her skin seemed to glow with an inner light. They moved together, a dance of passion and need, their connection deeper than he had ever thought possible. In the throes of their union, Lily's body emitted a radiant glow, illuminating the room. It was a manifestation of their unique bond, a physical representation of the connection they shared. As they lay together afterward, their bodies entwined, Jack felt a sense of completeness he hadn't known in years. Whatever challenges lay ahead, he knew they could face them together. Their bond was unbreakable, and their love undeniable. The attack. The days passed, filled with the cautious joy of Lily's progressing pregnancy. Her glow grew stronger, an ethereal light that seemed to protect her. But the threats loomed larger, casting long shadows over their moments of happiness. Jack woke one night to the sound of shattering glass. The alarms blared, piercing the calm of their quarters. He jumped out of bed, instinctively reaching for the weapon stashed beneath the nightstand. "Jack!" Lily's voice, sharp with fear, cut through the chaos. He ran to her side, pulling her behind him as armed figures stormed into the room. Extremists, their faces obscured by masks, moved with deadly precision. They aimed to abduct Lily, their intent clear and ruthless. "No!" Jack roared, firing at the intruders. The first shot found its mark, dropping one of the attackers, but they kept coming, relentless and numerous. Lily clung to him, her body trembling. He felt her fear, her desperation, fueling his own determination. "Stay behind me," he ordered, his voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through his veins. They fought their way through the quarters, each step a battle. Jack took down another extremist, their weapon clattering to the ground, but more poured in, overwhelming them. He couldn't let them take her. He wouldn't. Cornered in the hallway, Jack turned to Lily. "We have to get to the security station. They'll help us." She nodded, her eyes wide with fear but resolute. They moved together, a seamless unit, covering each other as they made their way through the labyrinthine corridors. The sound of gunfire and shouts echoed around them, a cacophony of violence. They'd reached the security station, bursting through the doors. The guards reacted swiftly, securing the perimeter and repelling the attackers. Jack and Lily collapsed against the wall, panting and bruised but safe. One of the security officers approached, his face stern. "Ambassador Harris, Ambassador Lily, are you all right?" Jack nodded, gripping Lily's hand. "We're fine, but they won't stop. They'll keep coming." The officer's expression hardened. "We'll increase your security detail. They won't get near you again." As they were escorted back to their quarters, Jack held Lily close. "I won't let them hurt you," he whispered, his voice fierce with conviction. "I love you, and I'll protect you always." She looked up at him, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "I know, Jack, and I love you too." Despite the heightened security, the extremists were relentless. They cornered Jack and Lily in a remote section of the space station, far from help. Their leader stepped forward, his eyes cold and merciless. "You can't escape. Surrender the hybrid, and we might spare your lives." Lily clutched her stomach, her glow intensifying. "We will never surrender," she declared, her voice strong and unwavering. Jack stood beside her, ready to fight. "You'll have to go through me first." The battle erupted, chaotic and fierce. They fought side by side, their movements synchronized. Jack felt a strange connection, a bond that went beyond physicality. As they defended themselves, he sensed Lily's thoughts, her fears, her strength. It was as if their minds were linked, their wills united. The extremists closed in, overwhelming them. But in their most desperate moment, something extraordinary happened. A surge of energy flowed through them, a powerful resonance that amplified their abilities. They moved as one, their actions perfectly coordinated. "Jack, can you hear me?" Lily's voice echoed in his mind, clear and strong. "Yes, I can. We're connected." Together, they unleashed a wave of energy, a telepathic force that repelled the attackers. They staggered back, disoriented and fearful. Jack and Lily pressed the advantage, striking with renewed vigor. One by one, the extremists fell, unable to withstand their combined power. Their leader, realizing defeat was imminent, fled into the shadows. The rest surrendered, their will broken. Breathing heavily, Jack turned to Lily. Her glow was brighter than ever, her eyes filled with determination. "We did it," he said, his voice filled with awe. She nodded, her smile radiant. "Yes, we did. Together." A new world. The battle had taken its toll, but the real challenge was yet to come. Lily's labor pains started soon after, a sharp reminder of the life growing inside her. They were taken to the medical bay, surrounded by a team of scientists and doctors. "Hold on, Lily," Jack urged, his hand clasping hers. "You're strong. You can do this." She squeezed his hand, her face contorted with pain. "Jack, it's happening. The baby, it's coming." The doctors worked quickly, their faces masks of concentration. The air was thick with tension, everyone aware of the significance of this birth. The energy in the room shifted, an almost palpable force that resonated with Lily's glow. As she pushed, a brilliant light filled the room, blinding in its intensity. Jack shielded his eyes, feeling a strange pull, a sense of being drawn into another dimension. The light enveloped them, and suddenly they were elsewhere. The transition was seamless, the new reality forming around them. They stood in a serene landscape, a world untouched by conflict. The air was fresh, the sky a vibrant blue. Lily lay in Jack's arms, their child cradled between them. "We made it," Jack whispered, awestruck. We're in a new world. Lily smiled, tears of joy streaming down her face. Our child, a symbol of unity in this new reality. Their union had prevented a catastrophic war. They were welcomed as heroes, their child celebrated as a beacon of hope and harmony. The challenges they faced had forged a bond unbreakable, a love undeniable. Jack looked at Lily, his heart swelling with love and pride. We found peace, Lily. We found a home. She nodded, her eyes shining with happiness. And we found each other. As they embraced, their child nestled between them. Jack knew they had finally achieved the harmony they longed for. Jack Harris had gained the family he lost, and Lily had found the recognition and love she always sought. Their journey had been perilous, but it had led them to this moment of pure, unadulterated joy. In this new world, they were more than ambassadors. They were a testament to the power of love and the possibility of a united future. Their child, a living symbol of hope, would carry their legacy forward, ensuring that their dream of interspecies harmony would endure. The legacy. As they settled into their new life, Jack and Lily dedicated themselves to building a peaceful, unified society. Their child, who they named Aurora, grew up surrounded by love and understanding. Aurora's unique heritage made her a symbol of hope and the embodiment of a new era of unity between humans and aliens. The challenges they faced were not insignificant. Skepticism and resistance lingered among both species, but Jack and Lily's unwavering commitment to peace and understanding inspired many. They traveled between Earth and Vidian Prime, sharing their story and advocating for interspecies cooperation. Their efforts were met with varying degrees of acceptance, but gradually minds began to change. Aurora grew rapidly, her development accelerated by her unique genetic makeup. By the age of 5, she displayed remarkable intelligence and empathy. She often accompanied her parents on their diplomatic missions, her presence alone diffusing tensions and bridging gaps between cultures. Her radiant glow and wise demeanor earned her the nickname, the Light of Unity. One particularly significant event was the unveiling of the Unity Monument, a colossal structure symbolizing the partnership between humans and aliens. Situated on the border between Earth and Vidian Prime, the monument depicted two hands, one human, one alien, clasped together in a gesture of friendship and cooperation. The dedication ceremony was attended by leaders and citizens from both worlds, and Aurora was given the honor of delivering a speech. Standing before the crowd, her voice clear and confident, Aurora spoke from the heart. "We are all part of the same universe," she began. "Our differences make us unique, but our shared values and dreams unite us. My parents' story is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with open hearts and minds. Let this monument remind us of the power of unity and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead." Her words resonated deeply, and the crowd erupted in applause. The ceremony marked a turning point, solidifying the bonds between the two species and setting the stage for a future of collaboration and mutual respect. As the years passed, Jack and Lily continued their work, their love and partnership growing stronger with each challenge they faced. They wrote books, gave lectures, and established educational programs to foster understanding and cooperation. Their home became a haven for diplomats and scholars, a place where ideas were exchanged and friendships were forged. Aurora, now a young adult, took on more responsibilities. Eager to continue her parents' legacy, she pursued studies in diplomacy and xenobiology, determined to bridge any remaining gaps between their worlds. Her natural leadership and empathetic nature made her a respected figure among both humans and aliens. One evening, as the family gathered on the veranda of their home, overlooking the lush landscape of their adopted world, Jack reflected on their journey. "We've come a long way," he said, his voice filled with pride and gratitude. Lily nodded, her eyes shining with emotion. "And there's still so much more to do. But with Aurora leading the way, I know our dream of lasting peace and unity will become a reality." Aurora smiled, her glow illuminating the twilight. I couldn't have asked for better role models. Your love and determination have shown me that anything is possible." As they watched the sun set, casting a golden hue over the horizon, Jack, Lily, and Aurora felt a profound sense of fulfillment. Their story, one of love, resilience, and unyielding hope, had not only changed their lives, but had also set a course for a brighter, more united future. And so, in a world where the lines between species blurred and differences were celebrated, the legacy of Jack, Lily, and Aurora Harris lived on, a beacon of harmony, a testament to the power of unity, and a reminder that when love and understanding prevail, there are no limits to what can be achieved.